Alright guys, welcome to the third part of our tutorial series, and in this video we would be making fog and playing a little with volumetrics. Now let's not get scared. I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible and not too complex, so we don't really lag a lot, or there's not too much. Blender doesn't slow down a lot. So before we even get into the fog, I just want us to reposition this mountain a little bit. I don't really like where it is, so I'm just going to do some minor adjustments. So I'm just going to enter my top view right now, and I'm just going to drag this like this in this way. Okay, and I'm beginning to like this, and I'm going to hold S and shift and Z, and just broaden it a little bit, just like this. And I really like the results we are getting right now. Okay, so to quickly get into the fog, first of all, I'm going to add another icosphere. So icosphere, and I haven't been naming my materials. Okay, let's just quickly rename this. So this, and we are going to rename this to I just want to rename this. So we're going to call this mountain 1, and this can be mountain 2. Seems a little slow already. My PC is getting slow. Mountain 2, and the third one, which is our very large mountain, gets to be mountain 3. And I'm going to move all these three to a new collection actually, and by pressing M and new collection, and I'm sure you already guessed it, it's going to be called mountains. I'm going to call them mountains. It's also of repeatedly saying mountains. Okay, so I think I just want to turn, no, I'm not going to turn anything off. So for the icosphere, before we even get into turning this into, okay, so first we're just going to scale this around 150, but there would be some adjustments. So I'm just going to scale this up, and now we're just going to rearrange this. So just grab this and bring it over here, just like that. And I'm going to scale by the y-axis and just bring this a little in. I do want all the plants to be covered though by the mist, so all the plants. And I'm also going to scale this by the x-axis. I want to cover a large portion. Okay, and now we just scale by the z-axis and scales everything down and almost flat, but we do want to cover the mountain too. Okay, that's awesome. Going to raise this a little by holding G and still lifting it up, and we still do want to cover a lot of our mountains, very crucial. Still bringing it down and just making a few tweaks, as you guys can see. And okay, and for now that's okay. So now we are just going to go into the object properties. So this orange bounded box over here, and we are going to go into viewport display, and we are going to change from shadow, and we are going to choose wire, so we'll be able to still see our scene. That's the first part. And now we are going to give this a new material. Okay, Now, volumetrics can be very tricky and sometimes can cause your computer to get so slow. So I things would be better if you copy my exact figures and my shader editor is going to be so simple. It would be very simple for you to copy so your computer doesn't lag too much because volumetrics can really be difficult. So I just deleted my principled BSDF and I'm about to press Shift A, and I'm currently looking for a volume scatter, and that's what I'm just going to plug in here. Okay, and after that I'm also going to add a color ramp, and so we have our color ramp. I'm going to plug the color of the color ramp into the density, I think it's the density, and plug the color into the volume. And you want to be saving often at this time in case Blender crashes, because this is the semi hard part before we actually work on the boats. So over here we can see that we do have volume, but it's taking the shape and we want something far lower. So in fact we're actually going to disconnect, and now we're going to plug the color into the color of this. So the color actually goes here, and I'm just going to click this. Okay, that's exactly what we are looking for. And I'm going to change our density to point. I'm going to bring our density very low. So I'm going to start with 0.05. Usually that's as I deal if you are doing anything concerning volumetrics. So let's see what 0.05 gets us. And it's still too foggy, as we can see. It's gone down a bit, but it's still too heavy, so I'm going to even decrease it to 0.02, and let's see what we get from there. And it's taking a little time to render, like I said, volumetrics, and now it's actually a little too light for me, so I'm going to bump it up a little. I'm thinking 0.35. Let's see what 0.35 looks like. And still taking some time. 0.035, I forgot. So this is going to be 0.035. Let's see how that turns out. Okay. And I think I like 0.035. I like the way the top is, it keeps getting more foggy at the top. And I think I just want to drag this down a bit because I feel like the bottom, I don't want too much fog on the ground. However, I do want a lot more fog on the ground, but not to cover the entire scene. So I'm just going to bring this down a bit. I think like this, and this should be better. So let's go back into rendered view and just look at our scene. And it seems like it's all coming together. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm really beginning to like this fog. Let me just turn my overlays off with this button. And I think I actually like this. This is the result I was actually looking for. So I'm going to keep this. I do want to work on the material for the landscape, but I'll fix it in post or something. It should happen in the future. Okay. This is the end of part 3 of our tutorial series. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future episodes. Thank you.